Testing, testing. Okay. Okay. So today I'm going to fix the path connections that I broke yesterday by editing the terrain in the new region. But first let's reduce the visibility in the editor, just in case my PC craps itself in this heat. And then let's jump right in. So yeah, this is the this is the region that I'll add to the game on Friday. If nothing bad happens along the way, I don't think so. And what I need to repair are these red boundaries. They became the victim of me editing the terrain, and I'll also have to build some bridges here. You saw the boundary down there because I lowered the terrain, so I'll have to substitute that with a bridge, which I can do. Well, that's not good. I'll just plop it down right here. And then it leads over here and over here. Oh, and there's a elevation difference. That's annoying, but that's okay. So let's lower this. And move this back. Yeah, so there are many of these chain reactions where I just wanted to add a bridge, but then I have to edit half the world, it seems. But that's okay. So we can move this one up here. Sorry for the flashes. Put a entrance, another entrance, put steps right there. And then well, actually that was okay. Move this down. Yeah, that's better. And let's put another pair of steps right there, and then another bridge here. So maybe actually two bridges. One bridge leading over here. Well, this is a dead patch. Or is it? Let's leave it out. But let's create a bridge. But this is also not accessible here. So let's make it accessible. Like this. And that needs new boundary here. And yeah, this bridge needs to be a boundary as well. And then put a bridge over there. And a bridge over there. I can make them more intricate later, but for now it's just important that I have enough connectivity. So that should work. Okay. Yeah. So let's move west and look for things that need repairing. This one is dead, so another bridge would be good. And let's make this water. And well, that didn't work. That's better. And then another boundary. Okay. So this boundary connects downward, but I need connection between these two. How do I do that? I could run a bridge around here that at least connects to one of the patches on the opposite side of this boundary. Well, this actually maybe the best. Let's do that. And let's move this up. And put this there. Then I'll need to collapse this. And maybe make this water as well. Okay. And this boundary is pretty silly. Can be this small. And let's put one here as well. I'll need to let's show the objects. Need to make sure that every patch has its own marker, so I would have to put one here, but there's not enough space. So let's make the space. Like this. Okay, this looks kind of okay. There's a broken one here. Let's connect it with this one. With a bridge. Well, maybe there are too many bridges in the end, but that's kind of the theme of the region. And yeah, the bridges actually originated in this region, even though it hasn't been in the game. And then this needs a different ground. Okay. Let's move up. Those look fine. This one is a bit weird. That won't work. Be like this. Where's the marker? Here. Okay, so that doesn't work either. This should work. Yeah. Okay. And this, yeah, these two need a connection as well. There's a dangling tile right there. How do I make that interesting? Maybe like this. Bridge comes up here, goes over here, over there. Yeah. And this needs a boundary. Yeah, those look okay. Maybe another bridge right here. So the problem is I need to connect all the patches. I need to ensure that all the patches have about the same connectivity as all the others in the world, because otherwise the algorithm will come across bottlenecks. It's a succession of patches that have so little exits that the path will very often follow them, like it gets into a funnel, and then you'll pass by some areas much more often than others, which is bad, of course. So it has to be, they have to be connected pretty well to all their neighbors. And I mean, these bridges, the bridge boundaries when they are not chosen, they completely disappear. You wouldn't know that there was a bridge there ever. So as for the other boundaries, so it's not bad for them to have more connections. Okay, how do I solve this? That's a elevation gap. I can't solve it this way. I would have to raise all of this or lower all of this, because I need to, so there's a constraint. If I want to pass elevations, I'll have to have a tile patch in between. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'll need to have stairs to, I can only have stairs to change elevation levels. Steps, I mean. And I can't do it with bridges. I could probably, but, well, could I? Problem is, I can't quite test it until I fixed the connections. Yeah. That would be too much right now. So let's move this down. And build the bridge there. Maybe remove this wall as well. And then plop down the bridge. Okay. Okay, where am I? This is the edge of the new, of the sub-region that I'll add. This is silly. So let's make sure that they are all in order and then move east again. This one probably connected to the other side so that I can go. And this is a bit weird here. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. So this is a flatter region, which I added because of the houses, and just to give the terrain more variation. But it also means I have to fix them. Okay, it's gone. And let's bring this down here as well. so it's more interesting. And yeah, that's better. And then I can chop this up right here. Let's make this water. So there's a huge patch right there. Maybe I'll chop this in two. Right here. Then I'll need a patch marker right here. And that I need space, because the markers are the spawn points for the hero. So they need a little bit of space. Okay. Actually, let's see the markers. Okay, that one's... Yeah, I'll have to check them in the second pass after I finish this. Because the tile patch boundaries, they take priority. Okay, so this calls for another bridge. And I don't like this long edge. So let's this up maybe. Well, that's worse. Well, was it? I think so. Okay, that's better. And then I can lead a bridge from over here to over here. Maybe move this back. Yeah. Yeah, let's just make it a straight line. Because these bridges are pretty scary. So let's not overdo it. Okay, and they need a boundary. And this seems like it calls for another bridge. And there's, yeah, it's connected here. Maybe here. That could use a bridge as well. And these two as well. Could actually also connect this. Can I? Don't think so. Let's move this back a bit. Like this, and then, well, that's not enough. Like this, and then I can come across here. And this is a pretty easy one. And I could even, well, no, that's an elevation change. Okay. I should add staircase, not a staircase, but steps right here. Maybe like this. Steps and the boundary designation. I don't think that's a problem that they are this close. No, shouldn't be. Okay. This is. So yeah, I need to connect this with something. Oh, I should. Don't need to. Maybe I'll just leave it out. Because I could only connect it over to this one with the bridge, but I need this one to connect to something as well. Yeah, so let's leave this as it is. And those two come later. Okay, there's one lying down there. And this one goes nowhere as well. So let's... Wait, is that the same elevation? 76. 76. Okay, so I can build a bridge over here. But for that... this should be water, actually. So let's bulldoze. Okay, and then flood this. Bridge. And that should work. Okay. And then this one, I'll move over here and build a bridge over there. Yeah. Well, I don't like that they're all going southwest, northeast. But yeah, that's how the fissure runs. If that's a problem, I'll fix it. Don't think so. Okay. Yeah, this is also completely broken. Well, not completely, but pretty broken. So I'll leave this boundary in. I move the other one over here. And then I have this staircase down there. That's not really helpful. Me trying to align all this. I can make a boundary here. I cannot put one here because that patch would need a marker. There's not enough space. So I need a I need an obstacle. Right here. So let's just make a depression that I can easily cut in half. Well, that's not easy. Like this. So I can cut this in half. And that should be, well, it's not working quite yet. This way it should be. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's look at the markers real quick. Okay, there's one there, that's perfect. One there, that's perfect. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, then this one gets a boundary flag. And let's move this here. Actually, well, I would want a connection here. Yeah, well, there's not a connection anyway, because I can't walk over this. So yeah, let's remove it. I don't have to fuss over this too much. And then actually, let's make it look like this. Okay, that's good. Let's continue. This is a very large patch, but that's okay. And this is well, I'm not sure if that's even working. Oh, it is. Okay, that's crazy. Man. Okay, so all these patches are connected to this bridge, but the bridge counts as its own patch because it has a area right here connected to it. So that's a pretty nifty trick. But this bridge right here is doesn't make any sense. So let's drop that. And this boundary is, well, this boundary, oh, is that, okay, those are steps. So, this is complicated. First, let's see if there's something more obviously broken. Don't think so. Okay, so this doesn't make sense. And if I look over here, this doesn't make sense either. So this needs to go, this boundary. But I can use the space to build a bridge somewhere. But I'll need to hit the same elevation. So I'll start the bridge here and let it move over here. And maybe move this down. To make it a bit more interesting. Okay, bridge starts here, goes over there, passes in the middle, and lands here somewhere. Okay, let's remove the boundary because that's just confusing. Make this a bit more, well, great. If has links. I wish it's not as hard as where I live. At your place, yeah, it's super hard here. Today is actually crazy. But yeah, has been for a week now, I think. But I think it's getting better tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Fuzzlings. How are you doing? Okay, let's just build the bridge and then figure out the problems later. And actually that should work. Yeah. Let's look up here. Okay, this looks good. This looks okay. There's a dead boundary lying down there. So that probably means I should build another bridge. Oh, and I can actually. Nope, cannot. That's another elevation. That's a different elevation, but I could build a bridge over here. That doesn't make sense. Or one over here. That makes more sense. Let's do that. Boundary flag. Okay. Good. So this one goes. And the staircase as well. But it's pretty well connected. And then yeah, this seems, I mean, this looks a bit empty, but should be fine. Okay. Okay, so this is a giant patch right there. That's not good. So let's cut it in half. Which means I need to place a marker. Let's do that right here. Oh, what was it? 4? No, 3. Marker placed. And then let's cut this off right there. Okay. This one is also pretty big, but that's okay. Connection is broken here. So let's build another bridge. Okay. Another bridge right here. And let's move this down. For now, at least. And then let's go over there. How do I do that? Could have the bridge start here and then go like this. Yeah. It's then on a different elevation. So it'll have to span over here. So let's undo that. And yeah, bring this back up. So, well, there are a couple of things broken here. So this boundary is dead. So let's remove that. This boundary is dead as well. And there's another one over there. That's okay for now. I wish there was a way for this patch to connect to something. But there is not. So this, yeah, this should probably be a three-way bridge. Or what I could do is move this down. Build a bridge right there. And then have these two connected with the bridge. Like this. And then have this connect over here, but it needs to be this way. So let's keep it simple. And let's check the markers. Okay, there's a broken marker right here, which I can fix by just removing the boundary like this, and then removing the marker. Okay, and this one must live over here. That one's also broken, but that's okay. Yeah, that's tricky, but should work. Okay. So those are connected, and on the one hand, I'd love to connect this one. I'll just fix these. I'd love to connect this ledge with the bridge to this one. Well, maybe I can actually. Thing is, the more I plaster these deep chasms, the less you can read how deep they actually are, but that's okay. Should still be plenty scary. Okay, let's this down to here. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, then let's continue. This is where we were previously, so let's just extend this so I can easily build the bridge over there. Like this. And then maybe another bridge right here. And this can go. Okay, this is a gigantic patch. That's not going to work. Let's see where the markers are. Okay, it's actually it's divided pretty neatly, but all the boundaries are missing. So that's weird. One here. One here. And this needs a bigger one. Let's move this one further up. Like this maybe. That could work. Okay. Okay. That's fine. And this can move. And this needs a bridge. And this needs a bridge. And this needs a bridge. Okay, we were here, but let's go to the edge. I think that's the edge. Is it? Yeah. So this boundary probably led over there, but that's outside the game space now. And okay, this is not going to work. There's no patch marker. Let's put that one over there. And yeah, that's okay. So the thing is, the larger the patch is, the easier you get lost. Because if you come in here, and the exit is not over there, so there's no bridge there. You could walk all the way over here and ask yourself, why is there no path? You'll have to go all the way over here to find the path here. So there's a trade-off in the amount of freedom I can give the player with larger patches and the possibility of getting lost. But that's okay. That's how it is. And yeah, I'm certain there's no patch right here. Yeah, so the boundary needs to go. And there are two boundaries for some reason. Let's remove this one. But I could build a bridge over there. Yeah, that's a good idea, probably. Yeah, let's make it a bit more interesting. Well, that's interesting enough. Don't need to go to the border. Okay. Let's see if there are patch markers. I mean, kind of. But that's probably not going to work. So let's move this. This boundary. Take the marker. Put it there. Okay. Let's move east again. And oh, this is tricky. Well, not that tricky. And remove this, build a bridge here, then that should be fine. But let's keep on the same level. I think, yeah, this is, yeah, I was here. Okay, so this is the, actually the, what's it, latitude I'm working at. So yeah, there only needs to be, well, actually I need to figure out how to divide this. Let's look at it. Okay, it's just a big slab. Let's leave it a big slab. Just for some variation. But give this a boundary. Well, actually, yeah, let's connect this up pretty well. And I'm just marking for myself to see. These are not actual connections. But I have, well, this is chaos down there, but I mean 4 connections off of this thing are enough, I think. But this could become a bottleneck because everything around it is pretty disjunct. So it could be the access point for many things. And then just by chance, it becomes a place you visit very often. So I should maybe not connect in all directions. But that could be bad in other ways. Yeah, so let's just connect it up. That's all to do with math, and I'm not particularly friendly with maths. We just get by, kind of. Okay, one bridge there. Let's use the longer one. Probably, yeah, it's probably better. And then over here, let's connect it up. Well, something like this, and then I'll need to move these down. Well, it's again southwest, north, east. Is that just chance, or why do I end up these connections? It's weird. Okay. I don't necessarily need a bridge there, but I need one here. Let's make it... Yeah, that's fine actually. Maybe move this down to something, yeah. Not because I want to make it look as deep as possible, but having these little plateaus next to a bridge can be really confusing visually. What was I trying to do? Yeah, that's much better. Okay. I'll fix the paint in post, so to say. There'll be a theme pass where I go over the world and apply the correct terrain textures. Okay. I'm a bit sad that this doesn't get any connections, but I could actually give it one. It's probably better if I do. Or else I'll create choke points. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. And then wait, that's the wrong direction. I was moving this way. Okay, there's a... I need to connect these two. Yeah, let's do something fun and let the bridge run directly across here. Well, that actually works, okay. Okay, okay, oh yeah, there's the... Well... Yeah, this should actually have a bridge across it. Let's keep it simple. Like this. And then I'll have to clean those up. Well, oh, that looks bad. Something like that. Okay. Well, this is a problem. This center plateau is different elevation. So yeah, I'll need to raise it. Otherwise, yeah, I need to raise it. Otherwise, that wouldn't make sense. So let's just do that. Would be too hard to connect it to its neighbors because it's basically freestanding. So yeah, that's much better. Let's remove this. This crossing. And let's remove this crossing. And that one over there. Okay. And then let's build some bridges. So let's actually move this down so that bridges can be a bit more interesting. And I need, well, to bring out the actual depth of these, what are they, ravines? I need to have something to compare it to. So these little overhangs give you the visual information to do that. That's the idea. Could be completely irrelevant, but just from testing it, I found that having the depth be staggered in some kind of way makes it more effective. But I don't like this at all. Yeah, that's kind of better. Really. Yeah, so I'll make a squiggle pass that as I've called it, that's going through the whole world and softening the edges, which causes these squiggles right here. But that takes a long time. I'm already a bit pressed, so I might just do a very rough pass of that. For the first iteration of this region. But yeah, it would be bad if I don't do it, because it'll look like this. I mean, it's fine, but I already actually, I mean, I did some of it, but you have these very long lines that just look unnatural. Well, with objects it may actually not be that bad, but it's certainly much better. So if you compare this, I'll let the image stabilize. Compare this, or yeah, compare this, the old region. It's just much softer, much more intricate. But that's because, yeah, I did so many passes over there. But yeah, you can kind of see the difference. It's not dramatic, but it's definitely there. But you could also say, okay, if all the regions look the same in this way, that's also bad. So maybe it may actually be a good thing not to do it. I mean, if I give me daylight, I walk around here. Area 66. Okay, this looks pretty cool. I don't think anyone would be mad if it wasn't more squiggly. Okay, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I have many more passes to do. I'm now at the connectivity pass. I still need to do the dungeons. So these are just the big things. The dungeons, I need to place all the objects, and then I need to create the new monsters. Place all the monsters. But that's actually not that bad. I can do that in a day. Placing the monsters, I mean. That's a 14 hour day, of course. But I can do that in a day. Where was I? Here. Okay, now that I have this isolated again, I can build the bridges. Okay, let's connect this up pretty well. one connection. Two connection. Maybe I'll, well, let's go a bit dramatic, a bit more dramatic with this one. And yeah, all these boundaries in here are pretty much broken. And a simple bridge right there. Could be enough. Again with the west northeast bridge. Don't get it. Okay, this one is reversed, so that's good at least. And yeah, let's do this one in reverse as well. So I can stop thinking about that. Okay. Now I need to divide the plateau in, I mean, maybe 3. Let's maybe 3 patches or more. Probably more. Then I'll have to divide it, and then it's not a plateau anymore. Not sure. Well, this needs. Well, that's the question. Cut here, cut here. Does that make problems? Yes. Oops. Okay. How do I... This is annoying. Still can't cut this cleanly. Okay, maybe like this. Okay. And then let's bring this down. That's good. Okay. Let's clean this up. Let's clean this up. Do I need another connection? Don't think so. That's 5. Should be good. All right. Yeah, that's about 2/3 done. I'll leave it here because I have some family obligations I have to get to. The game is still off 20% on Steam if you want to buy it. Thank you guys for all the support. I really appreciate it. And yeah, the next update will be pretty cool. Will come out on Friday. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. All right, bye guys.